Another pile of cards. And this pile of cards casts a dinosaur, and this dinosaur does crime. Etali Primal Conqueror is one of these cards that is insanely good and well worth the 7 mana to cast. But it's a lot better if you don't have to pay 7 mana to cast it, because it has an Enter the Battlefield ability. When it enters the battlefield, you exile cards off the top of each player's deck until you hit a non-land, and then you can cast those for free. It's awesome. You can also transform Etali to have a trampling, indestructible, essentially infect commander, or card. It's really, really good. This, however, is just a standard deck. So how are we going to get this into play? Well, we can ramp. I've got some nice little rampoids right here. Gala Greeters, Llanowar Wastes, Armored Scrapgorger, even Courier's Briefcase, and Invasion of Ergamon to make treasures. But we also have fight rigging, because I don't want to cast this. I want to get this into play for free. And I also have, of course, a little bit of reanimation with Diregraf Rebirth. If this seems like a deck that I had played before, that's because it is like a deck I played before. When Sheoldred came out, I had a similar deck with Titan of Industry and Sheoldred. But now we have Vorinclex 2 to get me more forests. Pro tip, Vorinclex says forest, not basic forest. So you can grab Ziatora's Proving Ground too. And then we play big dinosaurs and giant elementals. It's a Crimesaur, and we're casting him with treasures. So this is my Jund Etali deck. I hope you like it. Let's go beat people up with it. Flash drive. Somebody's got some instant storage. And I've got things that cost 2 mana. Great. I love having things that cost 2 mana. We're going to start with our Triome here. Ziatora's Proving Ground. It comes in tap. This feels nice to go first in this best of 1 meta. Blue. Ooh, I guess I should be expecting many a counterspell from this opponent. This brings me up to 3 mana, which is important because that's what I need for Shakedown Heavy and Fight Rigging. Voidwing Hybrid. Oh, it's not a mono blue deck. This is the Proliferate Toxic deck. And I don't have a great way to hit this little guy. We're just going to try to stick things on the battlefield and hope that it's not too scary. Hi, Voidwing Hybrid. Affliction. They just exiled that straight up. It's gone. Thankfully, I did get another land. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of filtering because I do have this Diregraf Rebirth here. I'm going to put Vorinclex into the graveyard. Ooh, and a Shakedown Heavy. Shakedown Heavy, pretty good at flipping these. Take that Anoint from Affliction out of their graveyard. Boom, an attacker. This flipping over doesn't do that much. It can get me my other Invasion of Ergamon, but mostly it's just good value. I'll usually be attacking face in this deck. I have 2 poison. Make that 3. The Experimental Augury is going to proliferate, and they can also use that to put more counters on my battle. The defense grows. Good news is they're tapped out, so we're going to get Fight Rigging on the battlefield. Let's see what we hit. Topiary Stomper, Fable. We didn't hit Etali here, which is a bit of a bummer. I think I'll go for the Fable, though. Never anything wrong with getting a Fable at a Babel. I'll swing in with the Shakedown Heavy. It's tempting to swing into this, but we just go for face. That's 7 damage. They're probably not going to want to take that. Oh, nope. They're ready for it. They took 7 damage straight to the face. I'm not going to bother casting Invasion of Ikoria for 0. Cute as that would be. That probably would, by the way, be enough to get them to give me the card draw. If I just played this for 0. Up to 5 poison. And an Infectious Inquiry. I get poisoned, and I draw 2 cards. Here's a Venture Corpse Puppet. This rewards them for proliferating. Just tap this and exile one of their spells out of their graveyard. I'm going to discard Gala Greeters Hello, Etali. Go ahead and beef up this little goblin here. Swing both of these at base. Gonna get in 3 damage. But the real thing I wanted here was the Diregraf Rebirth to grab Vorinclex, because Vorinclex, my sweet, sweet Vorinclex, has reach. Also, it's going to get me some lands. And lands are good. We're gonna grab 1 Ziatora's Proving Ground and 1 Forest. Because I don't actually have anything to do off 2 mana here, we're just gonna play this nice little tap land. Vorinclex having reach, by the way, is something a lot of players seem to miss. I have run into many opponents who have not realized that this has reach. Oh, but it looks like they're going to be able to just kill me this turn through the power of poison. I can only block 2 of the attackers, and that would put me 1 off. Okay, so they're not going in for it this turn because I would have a lethal crackback, and that would put me at only 9 poison. Let's go for Etali. Speaking of poison, I don't need to flip it over. Let's see what we can get out of their deck and mine. Looks like we got another Etali. I'm happy to chain these, and a Voidwing Hybrid. So I'm going to grab the Voidwing Hybrid, grab Etali. Ooh, a Byleth Skull Dweller, and a Shakedown Heavy. So now I have more blockers in the air. I have more damage down here. We're going to swing in with the Shakedown Heavy, and they are going to have me draw a card. I am not attacking with Vorinclex because it is not lethal, and also because I need all of these aerial blockers here. Distorted Curiosity draws them 2 cards for 1 mana. A very powerful play here. By the way, this deck is a pretty good budget deck if you're looking for something cheeky to build. They're drawing 2 more cards. They have 3 mana left. Any Proliferate kills me. On the spot. Makes me dead. But it doesn't look like they found any. I could Invasion of Ikoria here. I can clone one of the non-legends. I think that we can absolutely go for a cloning here. I'm also eyeing, like, we can post-combat do some Diregraf Rebirth. I just want to maximize my damage, so we can go for... I'm gonna go for a copied Voidwing Hybrid. I know Shakedown Heavy is more, technically, but it's not actually just by virtue of, well, they can make these unable to attack. They can deny the attacks from both of these. But between Etali and Vorinclex, we have a lot of trampling damage coming in. In fact, so much trampling damage that we're going to take our opponent straight to the Gender Dome. And we win. Chromatus. Wonder what you're playing. I know what I'm playing. It's Jund stuff. My favorite kind of stuff. We've got a Gala Greeters. We've got Invasion of Ergamon. All of these help me make treasures to get out my big boys. Start with this Deathcap Glade, since it comes in tapped, and eye this Crawling Chorus suspiciously. Looks like they're on Selesnya Toxic. Nice. This is actually a deck that I had built during the early access event for Phyrexia All Will Be One. And the deck really has not changed much since. I think I'll drop the Topiary Stomper here. I'm trying to think, like, I don't have any reanimation pieces here, so I'm not going to bother putting Vorinclex into trash quite yet. We're up to 3 poison, which is never where you want to be. And our opponent is very much pressuring on these turns. I will be going to 6-7 poison if I don't get a blocker out here. But I feel like blockers ain't gonna save me now. Can she stabilize? With a hope, a dream, and a prayer, maybe she can. I'm gonna grab a swamp here. Gives me double black for something like Sheoldred. But I also just want to play Vorinclex next turn. Here comes the Hive. That will give all of these lovely little Phyrexians lifelink. Any life they pay is going to get redeemed. Crawling Tortoise coming in. They're hitting me on two fronts here. Damage and poison. Also, they're going to proliferate my battle, which is just super duper rude. Excellent. I'm not dead yet. Because what am I? Not dead yet. We're going to grab a Ziatora's Proving Ground and a forest. Lovely forests here. This is also a forest. That's why we're able to get it with Vorinclex. And we'll see if they have any targeted removal. White does have some cards able to take out Vorinclex. And I can only block one thing here. Slaughter Singer! That's going to increase their damage. All the toxic creatures that swing in get +1/+1. They'll still gain a ton of life. Boop, boop, boop. We're definitely going to block the Bloated Contaminator, preventing damage, preventing poison. And we go to 9, which means we're pretty much dead. A land. Titan of Industry gets me 2 blockers and can let me destroy this Phyrexian Might. But 2 blockers is not enough. Since we are at 9, this can't block. I think we gotta risk it for the biscuits off this fight rigging. Alright, so there's another Titan of Industry here. That will get me another blocker. Gala Greeters or Scrapgorger, both able to block here. We're gonna get down both. We will gain life. Put this here. We will destroy an artifact or enchantment and make a Rhino. And hopefully that's enough. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers here. So I actually feel safe attacking Invasion of Ergamon. That flips over and it's going to get me another creature. I'm going to use that creature to discard a land to grab a battle. We're going to grab Invasion of Ikoria. They're up to 32 life. That's part of why I don't want to pressure our life total quite yet. If they target any of their creatures, they will be getting that final poison counter on me. I don't have that many spells that would be targeting them, so I'm safe right now. I just have to build myself out nice and wide. I wasn't going to use Invasion of Ikoria to do this, but Etali, you know, you're the fun way to do it. Here comes Etali! I will go for a +1/+1 counter and see what we get off both teams here. Jawbone Duelist and Llanowar Loam Speaker. That's more blockers, more fun. Who wants a counter? You do, Jawbone Duelist. I'm going to swing with Topiary Stomper because it does have Vigilance, and I'm just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can attack in with something else here, too. I'll swing in with the Titan of Industry because it's chunky. These crawling tortoises, by the way, if/when they die, they do still come with a might. Mighty might! We have enough mana to flip Etali next turn, if we would like to try to be the poison deck ourselves. Again, we're still just waiting to see. If they manage to get that last extra bit of poison, we're at 9 life. We're at 9 poison. It only takes 1. We have a good variety of creature colors here, so it's going to be kind of impossible for Skrelv to force that last damage in. That said, I can also just destroy Skrelv. I'm trying to decide here if I would like to flip Etali. It forces quite the block. So I am going to indeed flip Etali. I'll exile that out of our graveyard. We're going to put the counter on Etali. Etali is a trampling indestructible, big, nasty little creature. We're going to swing in with the Topiary Stomper, Etali, and Jawbone Duelist. I just realized that it tapped my mana-producing creatures instead of using my treasures, which reduces my number of blockers by 2 and I think will kill me. It's alright, they do have to block this with at least 2 toughness. Our dear friend Ottoman Tapper, always causing problems for me. But they didn't block the Jawbone Duelist, which I do feel they had to do, because this is going to be 2 more poison. I knew they had a very limited number of blockers here. And some damage is happening. And they get 11 poison, which is enough to kill them. We're up against a giant, or just giant, that's their name. I've got 2 mana ramp, I've got a fight rigging at the ready, and I've got a land that comes in tapped on turn 1, Deathcap Glade. Fiend's Tower, we're going to play our Pain land and get down Llanowar Wastes. Taps for mana of any color. This looks like it's probably going to be either Esper Legends or just some sort of Raffini-meanie deck. That's Etali. That's going to be taxing cards like my fight rigging here. Well, I guess I don't need to do any fight rigging. I can just ramp. So fight rigging is a fun card to get out early since it does build up my battlefield and essentially make my blockers get stronger each turn. Which, if they are a deck playing Raffine, it will be important that we grow as they grow. Skrelv Defector Might can make things difficult to block and protect them from certain abilities. I have 6 mana, which is not 7. So we're going to go for fight rigging. And we have, wow, absolute garbage on the fight rigging. That's impressive. That's impressive how bad of a card we got down there. Courier's Briefcase is one of my treasures because we are a Dino treasure deck. It's cool because we can generate all colors of mana in this deck, so we can't easily sacrifice it to draw cards if we need to. Sheoldred. Milady. We draw, we're gonna take 2. Ouch! But we have enough mana for Titan of Industry. And we're gonna use it! Titan of Industry. I'm going to destroy Skrelv, and I think put a shield counter on the Titan of Industry. Would you like to protect? Costs 2 life, but you can't protect yourself. Sorry, Mother of Runes. Like a toothier Mother of Runes. Get our +1/+1 counter there, and here comes the Courier's Briefcase. Oh, never mind! Here doesn't come the Courier's Briefcase. We'll have to cast it next turn. Thalia is taxing it because it is a non-creature spell. Thanks, Thalia. I've got another Skrelv replacement and a vetting announcement. We're making tokens. Well, I'm starting a shakedown. Got a Shakedown Heavy, play another land, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, exile the Skrelv out of our graveyard. And I think I'll just chunk up this Loam Speaker some more. Gets me the Courier's Briefcase. Ta-da! More blockers, more fun. If I attack in here, it will just be popping the shield token, probably on that human. Not very exciting. Another wedding announcement. Oh my gosh, who's getting married? You don't need to send out this many invitations. The first one did not get lost in the mail. I know. I know. Taking damage off Sheoldred. We're going to take more damage off Sheoldred here. Ow! In fact, I think we might take more damage off Sheoldred too. Sheoldred's probably just so happy about this. Like, yay! I'm causing problems! Girl, you were causing so many problems. Oh, I found Etali, though. Here come the Gala Greeters. And I'll just make you into a slightly more functional blocker. Rafine, Scheming Seer. Could make one of these real nasty big if they attack in with everything, since they connive on attack. Oh, they're just going for the embiggening. And I'm going to go for the dinosauring. I also want to gain life because Sheoldred is hurting me. I'm going to play this mountain first. Guess I have to pay any taxes. Looking at you, Thalia. Make my Gala Greeters grow. And we got Denik and the Scrapgorger. Denik is going to stop me from doing any reanimation shenanigans, but also it will give me a little guy with lifelink. I have something with reach here, so that's very good to have. And I'm going to put the counter onto Denik so I can potentially gain more life. I think, though, they might be able to kill me in the air using Rafine. They could use Skrelv to give Rafine protection or fake protection from green. I wouldn't be able to block. If they attack in with enough things and happen to hit enough non-lands, then they'll be able to gain a ton of life, first of all, but also just kill me. They only need to bring me to 4 damage less, because the Sheoldred will kill me too. Oh, Sheoldred won't be able to kill me if she's dead, but they might get another one. They're doing a lot of filtering here. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. So Rafine is at 8 damage. But I can actually heal above that. Past the blockers. We want to make sure that Sheoldred's dead. We can throw this Thalia here. You. I don't know why they just Yorgoed me, but sure. You have a little extra damage that I don't know about? Maybe they're going to play another Sheoldred right after combat? Go for the throat on the Titan of Industry. Sure. I'm not dead yet. They might be. I'm gonna try to flip Etali. Because 44 life? No, I can't beat that. But here's a question. Can you beat 12 poison damage? Well, Giant? Can you? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I've got things I can't cast on turn 2 because this will be coming in tapped. I still think this is keepable, especially because I go first. Llanowar Lone Speaker, my beloved. I actually really wish we had better mono green ramp in this standard. A land! I find that mono green, though it has kind of like a +1/+1 counter theme, is not really where I feel it should be. It'd be nice to get a little more. Alright, so I'm going to play the Shakedown Heavy here. Trying to line up that fight rigging for next turn. They have a Kenra Spell Spear, which is a potentially prowess kind of critter. And this could absolutely be a Jeskai spells token making sort of deck running Balmor. And, well, there's now 2 different token makers when you cast non-creatures. It's pretty sweet. Spellspear is a really cool card. It's also a bit of a house in limited because Prowess with this Trample Ward 2 can totally take over combat. Ooh, alright, so they're just taking this turn to beef this boy up. I'm gonna take this turn to beef this boy up. Yes, please. That's a turn 4 Etali, and I want to see it. Put a +1/+1 counter on a Shakedown Heavy, get Etali out, and see what we steal. Kamano faces Kakazan, and Courier Briefcase. Nothing too interesting being crimed on here, but I still have an Etali, which is hard to beat. Friendship first! Oh, I love friendship. That's what magic is made out of. At least that's what My Little Pony taught me. Alright, we've got lands that come in tapped, looking good. And we've got a potential blocker. Alright, so we now can play this on turn 2. But Skrelv, Defector Might, and I see this blue mana here, is probably going to be a part of an Esper Legends deck. Cool, alright. This gets me a blocker for now. Hello? Oh, goodbye. They went for the throat. Which means that my Lone Speaker is dead. I think what we're going to be on is the reanimation strategy here, since I do have Invasion of Ergamon. Which means we can put the Titan of Industry into the graveyard. And we have 5 mana to use Diregraf Rebirth next turn. And Titan of Industry is a good card. It can also destroy Skrelv because Skrelv is a artifact. Let's go for it. A Diregraf Rebirth. They could have a counter spell here, such as what blue decks do. Nope, here it is, the Titan of Industry. I'm gonna go for a Rhino and killing Skrelv. You want to play your Wanderer? No? 4 mana just passing the turn, huh? A board wipe, maybe? No, I think that they really want to use their lovely little Wanderer. Well, sure, I guess. I'm gonna leave back my Titan of Industry and attacking with the Rhino. Boop. A Gonjo. Okay, that's fine with me. Titan of Industry is just gonna keep chilling. We're gonna discard both these lands, since we don't have anything we really want to reanimate here. There's a spell to cast. We are gonna attack in with both of these. I'm gonna throw that at face. Throw this over here. They're going to exile Titan of Industry anyway. We knew that they had it. But did they know that I had this? Etali Primal Conqueror? Invasion of Ikoria and Thalia. Alright, so we need to order these. So we click Thalia first, and then Invasion of Ikoria. That way Invasion of Ikoria resolves before Thalia does, which is important because, well, otherwise this gets taxed and I can't cast it. So now we have a Thalia, we have an Etali, and we have an Invasion of Ikoria. This, pretty much never worth flipping. This is an 8/8. It's an 8/8 that can make it so my non-human creatures, which is pretty much all my creatures except for the Stolen Thalia, do some work. Alright, they're gonna get rid of Fable the Mirror Breaker. It's tragic. I have 3 poison on me. Little Skrells. And hi, Danik. Danik the Menace. Die, Danik. We killed the Danik. Gonna go for flipping this. You two can go at the Wandering Emperor. Trade, 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 trade. They're not interested in trading.
I'm never done for good.
Here's Zalortha. Go ahead and play this. And I actually kind of want to hold this Topiary Stomper because I don't trust my opponent to not have a board wipe. I don't know why, I just have this suspicion. Somebody named Friendship First. I was gonna say, either they're gonna die, or they're gonna exile the board. And it looks like they chose death. I've got ramp. I love going first. And having a turn 2 Scrapgorger. Downside of Scrapgorger is if there's a card in a graveyard, I have to exile it, including if it's in my own. That's great to hate on our opponent's stuff, but kind of bad for some of my own. We also ended up getting this Courier's Briefcase. This is just treasure. Comes with a little guy. I'm just a fan of little guys. Carrion Beast Caller, hello. That moves counters onto other things when it dies, and also gets a counter whenever they cast a creature. Thankfully, we have the Bane of Mono Green here. Sheoldred of the Apocalypse. Sheoldred shouldn't exist, but she does. So I put one of her in the stack. We got Praetors and Praetors and Praetors and Praetors. And our opponent is definitely getting some sort of counter thing going on here. Maybe they're proliferating. Exclusive Taxidermist. So now Carrion Beast Caller is a 4/4, which is not as big as this. Also, Death Touch does Death Touch things. As a Death Touch does. I'll go for the Shakedown Heavy, since Topiary Stomper wouldn't be able to attack, and I'll play Courier's Briefcase. I'm going to swing in, actually, with Sheoldred this turn, to offer them a double block. Would you like to trade your Beast Caller and its 2 counters, which can go on something else, and perhaps one other thing? This is going to be like a 5/5 next turn. That's cool. Maybe a 6/6. That's fine. I've got a Shakedown Heavy to trade into it. Hello, fellow Beast Callers. I like putting Beast Caller counters onto another Beast Caller to bank them for another turn. Loaded Contaminator. There's a Proliferator. When this hits face, it proliferates. I really wish this said player, Planeswalker, or battle on it. That would make me happy. We got Jund Beats, baby. And good eats. We'll use the Topiary Stomper. Get a land. Comes in tapped. I'm gonna grab Mountain. I already have triple green for Titan of Industry. And that leaves more forests in a deck for dear friend Vorinclex. I'll go to combat. I'm gonna attack him with Shakedown Heavy. I feel like they could double block with this and this. Okay. Oh, I thought they went past blocks. Nope. Bloated Contaminator and the Beast Collar. Never mind. And the other Beast Collar. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna hit the bigger one. They can move its counters onto something else. And if I use up this treasure to cast Shakedown Heavy, I won't have enough mana guaranteed for Titan of Industry next turn. And you know what that is? That's fine. So I'm going to throw down Shakedown. Exile that Girian Beast Collar. You may be able to proliferate, but I've got a Shelly Belly. My life total is high. Oh, and my graveyard is slightly exiled. I can gain life off Gala Greeters to offset this Sheoldred drain. A double block. 8 damage means they can only kill one of these. And the reason I'm double blocking, since Sheoldred is lethal on its own, is just to prevent the trample from going through. Hey, Etali. What are you doing? I'm gonna chill here. I really want to cast this or this. This can't block. We just need some untapped mana. Okay, Evolving Adaptive and Girian Beast Scholar. I will trade you and don't let you get any bigger. Ah, sure. I know what I want. It's just vibing and checking for lands. Who wants these counters? Throw them onto eeny, meeny, miny Prowler? I like it on Prowler since it has Vigilance. Boop, boop, boop. They have 6 mana, didn't use it. I didn't get mana. I got a Fable the Mirror Breaker though, and that will let me shuffle some things around. Did I forget to tap and exile something there? Probably. Evolving Adaptive. Who wants counters? We want counters! Happy to take some hits here, since the scaling creatures are off the board. Oh yeah? You think you can exile a card in a graveyard? Oh, I know how to do that too, see? Boom. I'm very talented. Ooh, a land! I'm discarding none of this. We're just gonna play this and go for Etali. Eat the last Beast Collar, yum yum yum. And see what we hit for free off Etali. We got another Etali and a Tail Swipe! Woo! Okay, so Etali on the stack first. There's the Tail Swipe. We'll use Etali to bop the Cemetery Prowler. Then we'll get this Etali out and see what he... Okay. The answer is none of it. We get none of it because we win the game. Thank you for watching this silly video showcasing a silly deck. Is this a perfectly fine-tuned deck? No. Is it fun enough for me? Yes. Reason? Etali. I think that I'm probably going to try a bunch of different brews that all work to play Etali, either ramping to him or cheating him into play, because this card is awesome. I love it. I love playing my opponent's cards, and I love giant poisonous dinosaurs. I hope that you like this deck and my various other standard brews. I might end up making a series of actual meta decks, fine-tuned decks, either of my own creation or somebody else's creation to showcase on YouTube. But for now, I'm just going to keep showing off my silly standard decks because nobody can stop me. Yeah, that's right. You can't stop me from posting these terrible decks. You can just not watch the video. If you ever want to see me brew these decks, play these decks, and play various other decks, including limited gameplay, you should come over to twitch.tv/Amazonian, where I stream Magic almost every single day. I hope to see you there.